two people can take up space within a relationship, and I'm going to explain this. Reciprocity is something that most relationships have a really hard time finding balance in, and all healthy relationship is reciprocal. It's a balance between give and take, and in our society there's a typical imbalance where one person often gives more, the other person often takes more. There's resentment that builds, and the homeostasis that's built in the relationship gets all wonky, and it ends up creating a disintegration of trust and disintegration of safety, and emotional connection within a relationship. And this happens because we often look at a relationship being one container. I'm just going to use these as an example, where it's like, how much of the container of the relationship are you taking up? How much am I taking up? And when one person becomes skewed is the giver or the taker, it creates challenge. But what if you had two boxes and, hey, you have the floor now. I'm going to give you space. And then because we're going to have balance, I'm going to take up my space and my container, because we are two individuals first. But oftentimes what we do is we try to merge these together and become one. And then we're navigating this like 80-20, 70-30, 60-40 dynamic, and sometimes even 90-10, where it becomes really ingrained that somebody takes on the 90% and really ingrained that somebody finds the 10. And then this dynamic comes up, which I hear a lot of my clients say. It's like, I just ache and crave for you to step into my shoes. I ache and crave for you to put yourself in my shoes and say, what do they desire? What are they wanting right now? What are they feeling right now? And so two people can take up space, and two truths can be this true at the same time. And it's one of my favorite and most important things within relationship therapy and couples work is, and any kind of work even with individuals, is two truths can be true. And how can we hold two truths? Because my container of my truth and my expression does not need to take away from your container and your expression. And this requires us to get out of our own way and say, you and your experience can be true, your role can be true, your pain can be true, and my expression can be true. I can express this without taking away from yours. I can be in my role and have pain here and have beauty here. And it doesn't mean that these need to be in competition. And I have experienced this a lot in my family, in my relationships, where there's this like competition that we build. And as I sit with it more of trying to understand my own competitive nature within trying to be seen, we're trying to be seen for our wholeness. And when we aren't feeling whole, especially within relationships where we're really entangled and have deep attachments to family, intimate partners, deep friendships, we're trying to compete to be seen, because there's this falsity that we've been conditioned that if you take up space, it means I have less. And it's this scarcity mindset. We typically think about a scarcity mindset with money, but this is a scarcity mindset within relationships, where we are operating feeling like if you get more love, then I have less. If you get more time, then I have less. If you express, then I can't express. If you get love, then maybe I won't get love. And if we're giving from a place of purity, where it's like, I just want to understand you. It's so pure. I just want to love you. It's so pure. Oh, I want to understand your role. How did it feel for you? That's so pure. And it creates this flow where both people get to have the role. Both people can express fully. And if your expression is naturally triggering and creating a little resistance with somebody you love, how can you take a step aside for a moment so that you can finish the loop of your own expression without it getting all intertangled with the other person's expression? And I think this is really, really important because, for instance, I've had times where I had an emotion that needed to be expressed that typically I would really stuff down in order to be present for somebody else's emotions. And sometimes it's the most unhealthy thing that we can do is to try to suppress our emotions so that we can bypass it to be there for somebody else. Because what happens is then do we really fully come back to it? Because emotions are energy that are wanting to be in motion. And if we say, oh, just kidding, somebody else's are more important, we create this hierarchy, then what happens is we knock our truth down. And so the emotion wants to move. How can both people be expressed without it needing to be in resistance? How can it be, wow, okay, you're feeling really sad right now and I'm feeling really angry. I'm feeling like I'm anxious. You're feeling like you want to avoid. What do we do with that? How can we honor that? How can the expression be expressed in love out of the core? Because underneath both of these, the foundation is love. I want love. I want safety. I want belonging. I want to connect. I want to connect. But we don't connect like this. We connect like this, looking at each other. All right. This is a beautiful way to look at it. We're on these almost like different planes sometimes. It's like we can connect by looking at each other, standing on the same ground. We're not on different planes, but we're standing on the same ground looking towards each other, not looking away, looking towards. And we're not on different planes trying to resist each other with our edges, right? This is our edges, and we want to face each other on our surface, all right? We want to be with our insides on the outside, where we can fully see each other, not where we're on our sharpness, all right? Because we're going to operate sharply when we're creating hierarchy or when we're trying to overlap each other, where we're trying to like be in conflict, right? We don't want conflict. We want peace. We want harmony. That means we look towards each other. That means we honor each other. That means we turn towards each other. That doesn't mean we turn away, run away, compete. It means your truth can be a truth. My truth can be a truth. I want to understand you. I want to feel the belonging with you. I want to make sure you feel belonging. I want you to feel heard. I want you to feel seen, but I also want to feel heard. I also want to feel seen. I also deserve to have my pain. And so this is the most important thing, one of the most important things within a relationship, and it requires a purity of heart, an unconditional heart that says we can have two truths at the same time. We can both have space. And in fact, I want to look at you from your wholeness. I want to look at me from my wholeness. I don't want to feel the scarcity that I don't have worthiness to be whole, because we are whole. And the more that we can approach relationships from this belief that we are whole, this open heart, this open mind, giving room for another person, we have to give each other room. And that means honoring that you are your own room. They are their own room. Can you walk into each other's room? I'm going to leave it at that. Walk into each other's room. Walk into each other's room. Seek to understand. Open the doors that have been closed and locked and say, I'm going to express that which was locked away. And therefore, as I express that which has been folded and locked away, I become my wholeness again. I remember my wholeness. I return to my wholeness. And by mirroring that to each other, we return to our wholeness together. So reciprocity is key to healthy relating, and may we all find more of it by approaching relationship like this, turning towards, not away, not competing, and honoring two truths at the same time.